hoorspel me stand fast. I was like, Nangani me bro. Nie almal gaan oorstel op fyn nommer nie. You know? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome to my channel and please subscribe if you like what you see. So the first assumption is colored people have no teeth. They are violent people and they are not intelligent and they have no culture. The very first thing is they have no teeth. Guys, when I was first there, I remember that one of the senior boys, he actually told me that he thought, or he firmly believed that all colored people had no teeth, and especially colored people from the Western Cape, they had no front teeth because they ate too much snoek fish. They ate too much snoek, and that's why they, like, the front 4 teeth or the front 2 teeth fell out. And then I was just like, hectic, like how does that even make sense? But he firmly believed it, that was the reason why. And me personally, I don't know the reason why colored people feel the need to, remove their front teeth. I have asked some of the colored people close to me, and their answers was either for dental reasons, so like tooth decay, and the option was to remove it, or other people said they wanted to have gold in their teeth, like an accessory, because a lot of people like that, and it's easier, like if you don't have space in between your natural tooth to put a gold tooth or to put a gold L or whatever in, then what they do is when you have your teeth removed, then in the dentures, in the false teeth that they give you, they can put whatever gold or diamonds you want in there, and then when you put that in, you basically have that in your teeth. So that was one of the reasons. And then let's actually go ask my Nana, she's my dad's eldest sister, why she removed her front teeth, because she also removed her front teeth when she was young, and she also has false tanden, like dentures now. So let's actually go ask her.
Die rede hoekom ek my tande getrek het, dit was mos mode in die 1970. En dit is eintlik die manier van as jy moet friends kies, dan is dit mos nou daai tonge wat in mekaar vleg.
Oh,
ja,
so dis vir die friends kies.
Yes, dis vir die friends kies se doeleindes.
Okay.
Want dit maak dat die tone als omkry. So aangenaam.
Ja.
Is die liefkosing van die soen.
Okay.
Met die in die mond.
Okay, dankie Nana. Dankie. Another one is, mense sê gewoonlik dat ons as coloreds is almal violent, by die aanname dat ons almal mes steek. So that one is with violent and the sticking mes stabbing. So colored people are violent. Violent. Yo! Guys, this was another assumption that I personally experienced. It was also in my first year. I was me and another colored girl, and we were basically in an argument, but it wasn't a proper argument. It was like a playful argument with 2 senior boys. And then one of them said, one of them basically asked if we're gonna pull a knife on them now. Because apparently all coloreds, they stick mes, And then I was like, is this really what people think? And then I was like, hoorspel me stand fast. I was like, Nangani me bro. Nie almal gaan oorstel op fyn nommer nie. Nie almal gaan ons dala so nie, Nie almal gaan oorstik mes en so kapanga en so skietgan, wat. And yes, a lot of colored communities are definitely affected by gangsterism. And a lot of colored people are part of gangs, but a lot of colored people aren't. And a lot of colored people are very peaceful. And not all colored people stick mes, So yeah. And then, not intelligent. Yo, guys, this one hits home to me. Let me tell you, me as a colored person, ne, going to a Model C school here in South Africa, ne? Guys, the struggles I went through. Imagine, ne? So I remember very specifically when I was in grade 10, ne? It was the June exams. After the June exams, I did really well in my math papers. For paper 1, I got 100%, which is the algebra paper. And it's possible, guys. It's algebra, you know. And then my math teacher called me in. And then she basically asked me to explain how I got 100. And then I'm thinking like, how? She was the same teacher who was my ad math teacher. Now, ad maths is like an 8th subject. So it's advanced maths. So it's a bit more difficult than the standard maths that we do in school. And she was my ad maths teacher, and she was my math teacher since grade 9, and this is grade 10 now, and it's not like there was a drastic improvement in my marks. I've always had high marks for maths specifically, and now she felt the need to question me, and it wasn't because my marks were higher than my marks normally were. It was simply because my marks were higher than the white people's marks. And so she wanted to know who my parents were, what my parents do for a living, what their level of education was. Guys, and I can't make this up. This is literally what I had to go through. And it was simply because of my skin color. If I was white, no one would question how I got 100% for maths. So, to answer that assumption, your skin color has nothing to do with your cognitive abilities, but I think for a lot of colored people, it's difficult to prioritize academics, and I think it's just a matter of circumstances, but it's definitely possible for any colored person to rise above their circumstances and perform exceptionally well academically. Your skin color is definitely not a limiting factor in terms of your cognitive ability. Okay, no culture. Oh, guys, this assumption, I can understand where it's coming from, but it is wrong. Colored people, it's not that we have no culture, it's that we are so culturally rich that it's difficult to pinpoint our culture. We don't have a specific culture, we have multiple. And that's because, like I explained, we have multiple heritages, and we just have such a rich heritage, and it's filled with a lot of different cultures. We have ancestors from Malaysia, Indonesia, like I said, the Khoisan. It's just, and then also white people, so like the Western or the European culture. So it's just like a mengelmoes. No, it's like a mixed masala, you know. So I wouldn't say it's not that we don't have culture. We definitely do. I mean, look at the Kaapse or the trompoppies, or just those are just like a few examples of like culture that's specifically to colored people. So we definitely do have culture. We just don't have one specific culture. Dat colored meisies net weet hoe om swanger te raak. So basically that assumption, obviously that was in Afrikaans, the translation would be that all colored colored girls know how to do is get pregnant. And guys, let me actually tell you about this. In the colored culture, your 21st birthday, if you are a girl, the celebration behind your 21st birthday is based on the fact that you remained a virgin up until your 21st birthday, and that you did not fall pregnant as a result of, obviously losing your virginity or being sexually active. That is the basis of a 21st birthday in the colored community. Like, how sad and degrading is it that all colored girls can aspire to is to not get pregnant before the age of 21. To not have a child before the age of 21. And if they did have a child before the age of 21, then their parents will basically not give them like a big 21st birthday celebration. It would just be like a normal birthday. And that's one of the reasons why I did not want a 21st birthday celebration, like, in the first place. And no, I don't have a child, but I just don't agree with a lot of the traditions that we have in the colored community. I think it's very outdated, and ons moet regkom, because no man. But I will say that I think this assumption is based on the fact that if you look at the communities, there are a lot of colored girls and colored teens who fall pregnant at a very young age. And I think the reason for this is not because colored girls are the only people who are sexually active at a very young age. I think a lot of people, irrespective of their race, are sexually active at a young age. But the difference is with colored girls is that they can't go to their mothers or to their parents and be like, I'm sexually active, can you please put me on birth control, or I would like to be placed on birth control, because birth control is a medical right? But because of the culture and the colored community, if you would go to your parents right now and you would tell them that I would like to be on birth control, I'm sexually active and I don't want children, I don't want to get pregnant, and then your mother would clap you, and then she would tell you that you ogat and that you must not come how you groot. So yeah, I think that is the reason why there are a lot of teen pregnancies and young girls falling pregnant within the colored community. So yeah, I think, and it's also because a lot of colored parents are not open and honest about sex education. It's not a topic that's talked about. It is taboo. It is off limits. Luckily, I'm fortunate enough to grow up in a household where my parents are educated and where it wasn't such a taboo topic. But I know in a lot of households it is completely taboo, and I think it's because they can't get that education at home, and obviously it's not offered in South African schools because the only sex education we get in South African schools is abstinence, which isn't the best education if people are actually sexually active, because then what happens then, where do they go from there? Because now no one's teaching them how to be safe, how to protect themselves, and how to not get pregnant, So yeah, that is my answer on that assumption. I think a lot of the tabooness around it comes from the Christianity part of it, where it's like, premarital sex is a no-no. So yeah, I just want to throw that in there. This one says, en spreek toch net asseblief die issue aan van you're not like other coloreds. So she wants me to talk about the fact that some people would actually say to people, and people have said this to me as well, you're not like other coloreds. Jy is soos ander coloreds. I think as naive as we were and as young as we were, we often took that as a compliment, which it's not, because what are coloreds like? What are other coloreds like? Who are these other coloreds that you are referring to? And what are they like, and why am I not like them? Based on what? How? Where am I different? I think that one stems from just assumptions and preconceived ideas that people have on colored people. Like I said, that we're all violent, that we're all involved in gangs, that we all get pregnant at a very young age, that we're not intelligent, we have no culture. I think so. If you, as a colored person, step outside of that little box that people want to put you in, and then to them it's like you're not like other coloreds. But that's not what coloreds are like. That's not true for all coloreds. And I think colored people just like any other race. What might be true for one person might not be true for the next. So yeah, and also guys, if someone ever tells you that you're not like other coloreds, don't take it as a compliment and ask them what they mean by it. Ask them, what do you mean? What are coloreds like? And then you'll see them stumble, over their words, because it's actually racist, that assumption. They seem intimidating. this is a comment I got, and the other one is they are very loud. So I think I'll answer these two together. I think because colored people, we are very passionate about something. If we want to tell you a story, we're gonna tell you the story. And while we're telling the story, and because we're so passionate about the story, the volume might go up. And it might sound like we're screaming, and we might sound loud, but to us it's not screaming, because to us we are very passionate in the story that we are telling you, and we just get so excited, man. So I think that's why definitely colored people, the volume can go up without us realizing. Me, I'm definitely one of those people. I am loud, like there's no shame to it. And then I think because of the loudness and because of the passion, because we're so passionate, I think that can come off as intimidating to someone who's a bit more reserved, I would say. Yeah. And if you mean intimidating in the violent area, I've already touched on that. No, they do whatever makes them happy. They don't need validation from someone. Amen. Guys, if Mangespin was a person, definitely I can see that is true for a lot of colored people. That's true for me personally, and that's true for a lot of colored people that I know. Man gespin. Die geplaag van wat ander mense dinkie. Like we do as, dala wat you must. One person said that my onderwyser in my graad het my nagemaak voor ek praat. Okay. Guys, this is another thing. The colored accent and how people imitate the colored accent. So I remember I was in grade 1, grade 1, 7 years old. And then in the first grade, and we were playing outside, I was minding my own business, and then this white girl, she went to the teacher and she went to go call the teacher on me because I said say and Joe. I didn't say yay and yo. And then the colored teacher, and then the white teacher came to me after the white girl went to go call her about me, the colored girl, speaking the way I normally naturally speak. And then the teacher told me that luister hierso, by hierdie skool praat ons nie so skolies nie. So basically the teacher said that, listen here, at this school we don't speak like gangsters. So because I was talking the way I normally talk, the way my family talks, the way I've grown up talking, the way everyone around me that looks like me talks, because I was talking that way, in that way, I was now somewhat a gangster. Oh, guys. Like I said, the things that we go through, but that's another topic. And then another comment that I got was that this person said that the same teacher who imitated the way she spoke also said that they must behave. So she said that dieselfde onderwyser het gesê ons moet ons gedra want dis nie die Cape Flats nie. So that the teacher said that they must behave because this is not the Cape Flats. Guys, it's not like we asked to be forcefully moved to the Cape Flats. It's not like our ancestors asked to be forcefully moved to the Cape Flats by your ancestors, Mrs. Teacher. Now you want to come and tell me that this is not the Cape Flats. Did I ask to live in the Cape Flats? No, but you forced our ancestors to go move there. But it's not that. That's not the conversation. But stuff like this, it just makes my blood boil. So guys, on my Instagram, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, the link is in my description down below. Please give me a follow there because I feel like on my Instagram the conversation always takes place there first, like the initial spark is always there on Instagram, and then it creates opportunities and ideas for YouTube videos. So I posted a story on my Instagram with regards to colored history, and part of what I shared was that my surname Willemse meant that my ancestors were Willem se Slaaf. So if you are colored and your surname is Pieterse or Peterson, then it's likely that your ancestors were Pieter se Slaaf. If you are colored and your surname is September, November, April, February, or any month, then it is very likely that your ancestors were brought to this country or were sold to their specific master during that month. Right? So the conversation on my Instagram was basically around colored history and how we aren't even aware of our own history, and of how our true identity was kind of stripped away from us when our ancestors were brought here to become slaves and what. And I also touched on how diverse and rich our heritage actually is. So for example, I use my parents as an example. Both of them are colored, but they have two completely different cultures and backgrounds and histories and ancestries, yeah, something like that. English is not my first language. Anyway, so my mom is Cape Malay colored, and my dad is, his ancestry tree looks like Khoisan and white. So those were his ancestors. And with my mom, with Cape Malay colored, and my dad Khoisan and white, they're both colored, but they have completely different cultures, completely different traditional dishes, completely different, just a whole lot of everything, different. So I learned from very young age that being colored means something different to every single colored. And that sparked an interesting conversation between me and people who were not colored on my Instagram. They interacted with me, and it was a really eye-opening and an opportunity to learn. And I saw it as an opportunity because people had a lot of assumptions about colored people who were not necessarily the right assumptions, like they weren't necessarily factual or correct, but it stemmed from a place of not knowing, and it stemmed just from a place of misinformation, I guess. So I took it upon myself to ask the people on my Instagram for some assumptions that they have about colored people, judgment free. I want their honest assumptions, and I'm here to share my thoughts and my opinions on these assumptions. Now, I am colored, yes, proudly so, but I can't speak for the whole colored community. So my answers will just be based on my personal opinion that I formed through personal experiences, and just what I know from the colored people that I am surrounded with. So yeah, colored is something that is so unique to us. Nowhere in the world like this, there are no colored peoples in the world besides here in South Africa, because it's a racial group that was created by the apartheid system. So even mixed people, like first generation mixed people, they can't relate to us because they're not colored and they don't have the same culture as we do, even though they aren't necessarily black or white, and I think she just put it so beautifully. And it just, like what I said last time, the mixed masala. And then there was a different colored girl who commented, and she actually said that what I'm doing is really brave, like speaking out on behalf of the colored people, addressing some of the assumptions, and just, yeah. And then I told her, I was like, because she said that it takes a lot of guts and she would be scared to, put herself out there like this and to speak on behalf of the colored people and stuff like that. And I said that I think because of the apartheid system, and how it was structured, the people who created apartheid were very smart, and they knew that if they gave colored people this false perception that their proximity to whiteness made them special and made them unique and made them more valuable than black people, which is definitely not true, but that is what the colored people, that is what the apartheid system led the colored people to believe. And that is what colored people believed for generations, and that is what was instilled in our ancestors, and that is what like our grandparents taught our parents. And it's our duty to educate ourselves on our true colored heritage and to not add to the stigmas around colored people, or just the stigma around any racial group for that matter. And I think being proud of your race and being proud of who you are doesn't mean that you are racist, because we are different, guys. We can't say we don't see color, because we should see color, and you should embrace the different colors that you see, and you should be proud of every single color that you see, and you should love every single color that you see, you know. And yeah, I just told her that me speaking up for colored people and sharing our story and shedding light on our history doesn't take away from anyone else's history, and it doesn't take away from anyone else's value. And I think each and every one of us, irrespective of our race, we should be proud of who we are and where we come from, because where we come from plays a big role in who we are today and where we are going, you know. So yeah, I think that's it for this video, guys. This was a really interesting video, and also I hope it wasn't too dark, because it's actually really dark outside and I didn't put on the big light, because when I started filming it was more light, so I hope it wasn't too dark in this video. But yeah, guys, that is the video. Those were some of the assumptions, and those are my opinions on these assumptions. I would love to hear what assumptions you guys have on colored people in the comments down below, or if you're a colored person, what assumptions resonated with you that you heard in this video now, and also what other assumptions have you heard about colored people. Please share it in the comments down below, because guys, I firmly believe that in order for us to understand each other, we have to know each other. We have to be educated. We have to know where we come from, you know. So yeah. So that's basically it, guys. Share your assumptions in the comments down below, and let's educate ourselves. Let's shed some light, and let's spread some love. Okay, thank you. Yeah, guys, so that's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more of my videos. And this was a very different video from my natural hair related content, so let me know what you guys think of this type of video, and if you would like to see more of it. Okay, bye.